Hello and welcome everyone to the week ahead commodity report, where we of course will be reviewing the markets for the week ahead. Now, as February comes to a close and we head into March, signs of re-accelerating inflation, higher for longer rate hikes and a no landing scenario show that inflation continues to trend above target, and central banks, they're forced to not only hike rates more than expected but also keep rates elevated for longer. This is emerging as one of the three biggest and most lucrative money-making themes of the current economic climate that we find ourselves in right now. Everything we're currently seeing playing out, accelerating inflation, rate hikes to global central bankers being caught behind the curve yet again, is a repeat of 2022. We've seen this all before and we know what happens next. This simply means one thing. We already have a template, a game plan, or even a blueprint mapping out exactly how the markets they will move during the highly macro-driven environment we are currently in. Now, let me elaborate on that. Re-accelerating inflation, that has increased the odds of every major central bank, from the Fed to the European Central Bank to the Bank of England, continuing to raise rates at each of their upcoming policy meetings in 2023. This sets up for some very predictable money-making opportunities, as the markets will typically move in a certain trend before the policy meetings, during the policy meetings, and after the policy meetings. So if you know how to position yourself in the markets correctly to capitalize on the trend, that quite simply creates a license to print money. And that is the same predictable trend that is also played out before, during and after every major economic data release, just like it did back in 2022. Today's highly macro-driven markets, they are fueling one of the greatest wealth transfers that we've seen, presenting savvy traders with back-to-back money-making opportunities almost on a daily basis. The short-term macro-driven market that we're seeing right now, that can literally be summarized as buy low, sell high, rinse, repeat, and do that again. So take the last week, for example, we saw huge explosive moves on every possible commodity imaginable, from the metals, the energies to agriculture, following the release of the US PCE inflation data and the FOMC monetary policy meeting minutes, which gifted traders with incredible flow of back-to-back opportunities. Last week, we had natural gas prices that broke down to 20-month lows, a trade opportunity that we identified with you in detail. Subsequently, this week, natural gas within the last week has now broken out 20% to the upside. We've seen similar moves here on palladium, breaking out over 1,000 points from Friday's low to Monday's high. Similar on platinum as well, which has also broken out 500 points since Friday. The macro-driven rallies and pullbacks, they're providing you with opportunities day to day to get sometimes spectacular double-digit gains, like we've seen in natural gas just within the matter of days. The exact same thing happened the previous week also, following the release of the US consumer price inflation and producer price inflation data. And the week before that, we had Fed Chair Jerome Powell, his speech at the Economic Club of Washington. And yes, you guessed it, the week before that, following the conclusion of the Fed's monetary policy meeting and the blockbuster US jobs report. All of this created massive volatility. 2022 was the second consecutive year that saw a total of 27 commodities, ranging from the metals to the energies to agriculture, tallying up astronomical double to triple digit gains, outperforming every other asset class out there. And all of this despite one of the most aggressive interest rate hike campaigns that we've seen by the global banks since the 1980s. As traders very well know, commodity prices, they don't necessarily need to all hit all-time record highs or move up in a straight line for us to generate double to triple digit annual gains. The commodity markets just have to keep doing what they're doing at the moment, and that's post explosive back-to-back macro-driven rallies and then pullbacks, gifting traders with an endless flow of opportunities to keep coming in and out of those markets, trading the ranges. There's lots of traders out there that have completely missed out on some of the biggest trading opportunities over the last year. The ones that really saw the opportunity and took action, they accumulated life-changing wealth. You don't want to be the person who knew about major trading themes currently unfolding, had a chance to capitalize on some of the greatest trading opportunities and missed out completely. Banks, hedge funds, they're making multi-billions capitalizing on the short-term macro-driven opportunities. And it's not so different for the retail market. The majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club are utilizing our proprietary research-driven trading approach. They've already made in excess of 6 and 7 figures in the last year. If you want to thrive and not just survive in these highly macro-driven markets, then you need to trade like the hedge funds, the banks, utilizing a professional research-driven approach. approach. The good news right now is that you still have time to make 2023 your biggest and best year yet. If you want to really supercharge your trading results and make 2023 your best year yet, then just go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com now to learn how our mentorship program can help take your trading to the next level. Now, looking ahead, it's another big week for the markets that will once again propel inflation into the spotlight. A raft of US data and Eurozone inflation numbers, they will give more insight on the near-term path of interest rates, whilst PMI data from China, that will show how the reopening of the world's second largest economy and its biggest consumer of commodities is faring after the Lunar New Year holidays. All of this will be topped off with speeches from a host of central banks, including the Fed, European Central Bank, the Bank of England, and the Bank of Japan, which always has the potential to move markets significantly. So with that, let's move over to the charts and we'll talk you through exactly what we're looking at here as we head into a new week. Firstly, natural gas. We, of course, identified this trade opportunity with you in detail last week on both of our reports. Natural gas prices, they've gone up 20% now in the last week. I hope that many of you have capitalized on this trade opportunity off the back of our reports. We banged the drum on this to you, particularly on last Thursday's commodity report. Feel free to go back and watch that. What a great opportunity natural gas was when it broke down to 20-month lows. Nat gas prices, as you may know, they were trading all the way back at 10 just last year over the summer months. They've essentially gone down 80%, and subsequently, just within the last week since we talked you through this in detail, natural gas has now rallied 20% to the upside after retesting a major area of liquidity. Of course, sentiment got extremely fearful in this market, and we've just taken the opportunity yet again, when most of the market has been terrified to get in to nat gas, to also build into multiple positions here. We've also actually seen a decent breakout on platinum as well on Monday. So platinum broke out 3% to the upside, climbing back above $950 per ounce earlier on in the session. Now, we talked you through this as well last week, that the platinum to gold ratio at the moment, it's massively favoring platinum over gold. So platinum has broken down to half the price of gold. So typically whenever this happens, platinum will then outperform gold, and particularly as gold had such a strong performance over the months of November, December into January, platinum now needs to play catch up, have a reversion to the mean. We've got a buy signal on platinum, we've got positions that we built into on platinum, and I do like the price action that I'm seeing at the moment on this market. As you know, palladium is also another market to have on the radar. Earlier on today, in fact, from Friday's low to today's high, we had over 1,000-point breakout to the upside. Palladium right now on Monday, it's up 1.5%. On the day, you got platinum, which is up 3%. Of course, nat gas, which is up just 20% in the last week. An incredible move on that market. Another opportunity that we presented to you as well last week was that on crude oil. Buy opportunities every time we come back below $74 per barrel. We sniped it in again last week below $74 per barrel. That trade moved really nicely into Friday's close. We had actually 3 taps back down to liquidity here, retesting 74 3 times. So it was not only once, twice, but 3 opportunities for you to get into that market, snipe in and get some great trades. Then, of course, in the breakout that we had later into the close there on Friday, we climbed almost to $77 per barrel, and at the moment we're sitting just around $75.66 per barrel. Again, same thing with oil. If we were to come back down, roll back down to areas of liquidity, back down to $74 per barrel or lower, these would certainly be areas of interest for us on crude oil as we continue throughout this week. Now, as it relates to gold at the moment, as you know, my preference is right now platinum. I prefer platinum to gold at the moment within the current cycle that we're in. That said, if platinum does continue this breakout, and if we do manage to make some clearance here back above $950, $960 per ounce over the course of this week, and potentially as we go into a new month, as we transition into Wednesday the 1st of March with fresh capital inflows, if we see further follow through, then I would likely also not be surprised to see gold get a bid as well. If gold was able to reclaim back above the 1820, 1835 zone, then we could certainly start to make a bit of a push here to the upside if we are seeing the other metals and energies also start to make a breakout to the upside. You can almost see the price structure that we're forming at the moment, falling wedge. So if we were to see a breakout follow through on platinum here, and we see further follow through on palladium, then I would likely expect similar here to happen with gold. But I would suggest that still silver and gold, they're going to lag behind some of the other industrial metals at the moment, such as platinum and palladium, which are typically favored more from February through to March. You can see silver is still under pressure at the moment, almost down 1% on the day on Friday, and gold at the moment also it's only up 0.3%, whereas at the moment you've got palladium, which is up 1.5%, and platinum, which is up 3%. But again, the real star over the last week has been natural gas, so congratulations to everybody who killed it on this trade along with ourselves. A 20% breakout to the upside when most of the market has been terrified to get involved in that gas. There's been such a fantastic quick opportunity to generate some very fast profits here. As you know, whatever long-term goal you're looking to achieve through trading, whether that's to create a full-time or a second or a placement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action to really gift yourself a better 2023. If you want to maximize your money-making potential and thrive, not just survive in these fast-moving markets, then you need to adapt your strategy to the current market conditions, and most importantly, utilize a professional research-driven approach. One of the biggest obstacles that holds back 99% of retail traders from achieving their desired success is not having access to the correct professional strategies, institutional level data, and market intelligence to make confident decisions with accuracy and certainty. There's a huge gap between the top 1% of professional traders and the bottom 99% of misguided retail traders who simply rely on outdated technical analysis or gimmicky technical indicators that simply don't work in these markets. If you want to get yourself out of the bottom 99% and into the top 1% who are actually crushing it, making 6, 7, and 8-figure returns in these markets right now, then you need to utilize a professional research-driven approach, or you just end up wasting lots of time, money, and effort, have no results to show for all of your hard work. In these rapidly changing markets, you need to be constantly innovating and evolving. Technical analysis and outdated technical indicators, they won't work. Those days, they're long gone. If that's all you're relying on, the odds are already massively stacked up against you. If you want to change your results, you have to change your thinking. If you want to learn our exclusive research-driven approach that is never taught to retail traders and only reserved for professional traders in banks, hedge funds, with access to powerful game-changing insights, including where the banks and hedge funds they're buying and selling in real time, the key liquidity zones so you can enter and exit the markets with pinpoint precision, the fundamentals, the macroeconomics, the capital flows, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, real-time data-driven cycles and intermarket correlations, you need to join our mentorship program. As we head into a new year, we are in one of the greatest eras of wealth creation the world has ever seen. And if you want to successfully capitalize on the huge money-making opportunities ahead and build significant life-changing wealth, then there's no better time than right now. If you want to upgrade your income, then you have to upgrade your skills. Never underestimate what you can achieve in the next few months from now with the right guidance and mentorship. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. If you want to join our community of successful traders and take your trading to the next level, there is an opportunity for you to do so. As a member, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You get access to real-time trade ideas, access to institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private members academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to www.jointhelivetradingroom.com. The link is also below the report in the description. So just click on the link, make an application, and we will of course get in touch with you ASAP.